All right, so if you've been in my classes before, you know that I like things to be interactive. So if you want to go ahead and take yourself off mute, you are welcome to. Um, it's going to be a little bit hard. We've only got people online right now. So doing this class online is going to be a little bit more difficult, but luckily it is going to be recorded so you guys can go back and kind of play with it on your own. But I have our amazing Miss Stacy Porter here to kind of go over more about the lockboxes than I think any of us really knew that you could do on these lockboxes. They're a lot smarter than just a big dumb blue box that frustrates us sometimes. So Stacy, if you want to come up here. Show it now.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Stacy.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Stacy.
Hi.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started with.
Oh, they can be able to see the screen.
Yeah. So we're going to get started with screen sharing because whether you guys know it or not, there's actually two different websites. So there's Rain, which we all know about, right? But Supra actually has its own website as well that Stacy's going to start with showing us. And if you don't know about the Supra website, you're going to have to go on and create a profile, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. You just need your e-key number, and that is going to be available on your Supra e-key link that was downloaded to your phone from Rain. So if you actually open up your e-key on your phone, you're going to see where it says basic serial number at the top underneath your name. That is your e-key serial number that you'll use to establish this Supra online website. So if you can actually see mine, I've already logged into it. It basically starts out as a main generic screen. So as you see at the top under Supra, it has all these labels, home, listings, reports, settings, and such. And then to your left, you can do all kinds of stuff of updating your code, identify who actually accessed your lockbox. You can provide a one-day authorization code, like you can in the Williamsburg MLS, to another agent who possibly is not a member of our system. You can change your PIN. You can get e-key alerts. That e-key alert is a safety thing that we can actually look into in a minute. And then add key boxes. So basically, the good thing about this is you can keep track of your key boxes, but also keep track of every single person that accesses your listing. So if you come over to listing tab and click listings, it gives an inventory. And unfortunately, I've sold them all, so I don't have any. But I do have key boxes that need to get turned in. So I click on key boxes, and basically it just tells you all your key boxes. It tells you what kind of access you have on them, meaning what time you have the access set to, say 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or if you have a seller that wants more restrictive time, you can actually change that. So this is just scrolling down. So these are just lockboxes. So if I come over here to listings.
So guys, this is also a good thing to know when you're out showing property, or like anytime you go and pick up a new lockbox, to check the times that are assigned to that lockbox.
Correct.
Because you can change the times that you can access the lockbox, and some agents, will have it shut off at 3 p.m. if the seller doesn't want showings after 3 p.m. or have it shut off after 6 p.m. And If you don't know that when you pick up your lockbox, then somebody who schedules a 6:30 showing can't get into your listing, and it gets to be rather complicated to try and get them in there.
Correct. And so, and unfortunately, if it was turned in by another realtor and they had it programmed specifically for their time frame, then you won't think about it. You'll put it on your listing. Next thing you know, it was programmed to stop access at 6 p.m. So you're scrambling about how to get people in. So definitely one thing that you want to make sure when you pick up your lockbox that you do tell them the times that you feel comfortable to allow it to be shown. So of course, again, this is how you keep tally of your lock boxes, but now listing inventory. So what I want to do is I want to add a key box. So I'm going to add a key box. Here we go. So I want to use a specific, for instance, lockbox. And the one I'm going to use, I've already got, so I'm just going to enter it in. 77612, my shackle code. And then an MLS. So I'm just going to create a generic MLS number. Please be patient with me. All right. So now I'm going to add this key box to my inventory. So I just picked up the key box at Rain. I'm adding it to my inventory now. You're adding, please put yours. It's already assigned to me. Okay. So yeah, let me add yours. Okay, what is it? 322 738. And your shuttle. 198. And then again, we'll just do a generic listing. Okay. So now, once I've added this lockbox, I am going to go on ahead and add the address of my new listing. So you just click on add address, you just put in the generic info. 123. Virginia Beach. Type. Virginia, VA 23454. So done. So now this is one feature that a lot of people don't know about. So now what I want to do, and this makes it not only easy for you, say you're driving, you get a phone call, somebody wants to show your property and you're not able to write it down, just all kinds of stuff. And so I'm thinking, all right, I want to make sure that after I've cleared with my seller that we have an appointment, I want the seller to be able to know, just like I do, once someone accesses that lockbox. So all I do is come down to the bottom, click on the button, send me notifications, and then I add in my, of course, it's already going to send one to me. I can add in my seller's emails. I can add in their phone numbers, and you'll see below, you just have to know which service provider your client uses and just follow the system down below. Every time someone accesses that lockbox, you and your seller will get notice that they've started their appointment. Then if they close up that lockbox within a 60-minute period, you will get another email notification stating that they have left. If they stay longer than an hour, the system actually times out. So it doesn't mean that they hadn't left or closed it up. It just means they possibly could still be there. It hasn't come through the satellite yet to indicate that they closed it up. But this is an awesome feature. And the reason why this came to attention for this little class is I had covered for someone this summer for their seller. They were going live, but they had to go out of town. So I was thinking, well, I mean, I'm making all these phone calls for their seller and hoping that they're going to remember every time that I told them. But I'm here locally. I'm not in front of the house to say, okay, Mr. Seller, they're done showing. You can go back home. And I constantly was getting text from this client saying, are they gone? Are they gone? Have they shown up? And I'm like, I have no idea because I had no access to this other agent's lockbox. So all she would have had to do was add myself and her client to get a copy of access, and I could have then provided a better service without sounding like I don't know what's going on with the client, with this other agent's client. And I am telling you, it did become a hassle because it was a listing where every 5 minutes I was getting a phone call. So if I would have had access to her lockbox, I would have known when people came and went. So that is really the reason why this has come about. A lot of people didn't know that you actually have this ability to put this in here.
And Stacy, in your experience with this, because honestly, like in all my years, I have never heard of that until you were telling me about it. And so I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. We also have Nikki here real quick. Nikki, did you know about this?
No, I did. I knew that there was something that could be done, but I didn't really delve into it. But I'm so glad you mentioned it on the Facebook page. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So
and then also it lets your client feel part of the process, and that they're, oh wow, I'm getting updates from my agent.
Yeah.
You know, that I know who went in my house. And so I just think it gives them a little bit of security as well.
Yeah.
Because then they know who's accessing the lockbox.
And have you found the timing to be pretty accurate, or is there
It's
delay
made,
at all?
you know, it really depends on the day if we're getting good satellite service, but I will tell you sometimes it's immediate. Like you'll get a notice within 3 minutes. Sometimes it may take a delay anywhere from 5 to 10, but it's still not that far off. So it's still fairly current. You know, if you've got someone in the middle of summer with children and kids and a dog in the car and they're waiting for the showing to be done, they're driving around thinking, when can we go home? It's dinner time. They'll get an access when they close it up. So if they end up reopening that lockbox to close it up, you'll receive, even after an hour, a notification. So it's not like it's just a blind notification. Another great feature in here is when I actually get to see, let's say again, I'm driving around and all I'm doing is doing text, sending out, yep, okay, cleared. I'm not calling anybody. I'm not writing the appointments down. I can create a showing report. So I can click on showing report under reports. And this is for this specific lockbox, which is Jordan's. So we have no idea where it came from. You can go back 6 months to find out who's accessed that lockbox. So let's just say 04. Where's your 012022 to current. So okay. So I'm going to create the report. So you had no, is this an old lockbox that you haven't used in a long time?
Yeah, the closing that happened on it happened in late July.
Okay. So let me show you another one. Let me go to my key boxes. I'm going to go to the one that I've already got right here. So we're going to go to this one. And then I am going to sorry guys, please be patient with me. Let me go back to create showing report. Okay, so the listing, my key box I want is this one. Okay, and then go back to 04 05 2022. Just go April in again. Perfect. So these are all these agents. This is one of my later one that I just closed in July for a listing. I can literally go back through the showing report and contact every single agent for feedback. I can send them notes. If something changes on my listing, I reduced it, and I want to put a blast out there to everybody who's shown it. I can actually easily access all their information to see who's been inside this house. You can also send the report to your client under reports. So you can email the report to your client if you want, just to show them, you know, say it's vacant and they're not here to see the activity going on in and out. This shows them that their house has been shown several times and there is a lot of action. So that also helps you to feel, you know, your client to feel confident in you, that in fact, you're telling the truth. It's been shown left and right. You know, there are agents, oh yeah, it's been shown left and right. You go in there and truly, if, you know, you look at it maybe twice, but their client doesn't know better. They're thinking, wow, you're doing a great job for me. This is actually proof of what you're doing. It shows that they've been inside this house.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Sorry, I was going to say that's really, really helpful, especially in this changing market where, you know, we are still working on setting and managing sellers' expectations that, hey, look, market is going to sit a little bit longer now. And yes, we're still going to have showings, but if you price it too high, we are still going to have to talk about a price reduction in a couple weeks. You know, say we have 20 to 30 showings and no offers, we are overpriced, Mr. Seller. And I can prove to you that we've had 20 to 30 showings by blah, 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 blah.
Correct. Yep. And it's just, and again, it helps you to keep track. Again, if you're on the road and not able to write down everything, to call for feedback and such, it just really is helpful.
What I like about this too is it allows you to make sure that it is, like, of course, it's going to be a licensed agent who's accessing the Supra box, but I always put a CVS on there just to kind of double check and make sure. But this allows you, because I like to just then search my CVS code and know who I gave it out to search in my text messages. But this allows you to not have to do that unless your sellers want the CVS.
Correct. Yep, absolutely. And then, and again, the most important is also, I really, really do think it really should be used is allowing the seller to receive that email to show that their house is being accessed. Not only for your own peace of mind, you're tied up with another client. This client's calling you saying, hey, did they show? Are they done? What's going on? And you're like, hold on, let me find out. And then your other client's sitting there waiting while you're addressing something else. This is just for your convenience and your client's peace of mind. I just think it's so worth it. It takes you a minute. When you come to this website, you enter your own lockbox that you pick up. And when you turn your lockbox in, you delete it from your inventory. Unfortunately, I forgot to delete all 6, which is why I've got 6 on here, but they'll all be turned in. But just, this is your control. This is something that you can actually do. There's settings where you can actually, see, let's get into settings. You can add alerts. Like if you add an e-key alert, this is for your safety. So if I go on ahead and you can, if you see, I just clicked it, you can enable it or disable it. So you can add it to 3 contact names or email addresses, same way that you would do for your clients' emails or phones, depending on their service. And if all of a sudden, if you look on your phone e-key, there is something called a alert at the bottom left where your flashlight is. So if I feel I'm in danger, I literally, once I've enabled this, and Nan is my sister, all I have to do is press alert. She will be alerted to call me because something's wrong. So, or any other person who falls in line here. So this is a great safety feature. And this one, I'm just learning on this one myself. So, but I do think that I just enabled it just so I could kind of show you all. But I think it's something that you should certainly look into as well, because I think it's a great feature. I mean, we all know this realtor, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, was just outside previewing a property in Norfolk, and she got carjacked. She ended up being in beat. And so, I mean, you know, just that simple press of that button would have literally alerted, hey, you know, you can even put probably 911. I don't know if you can do 911 in here, but somebody, the person that you obviously list as your contact, explain to them what this is. And if you receive this, I'm in distress.
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
That I didn't know about that either.
This is amazing, especially like nowadays. We need it more than ever.
I mean, more than ever, because we're going to have vacant homes. It's going to get darker earlier, and the crime is rampant around here. I mean, they're doing blatantly and during daylight with people around, and they're like, who cares?
Because that most recent agent attack in Norfolk happened in the middle of the day.
Right, and she
like
was just
11 a.m.
by her car, just snapping a photo to preview a property.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I saw something that September is Real Estate Agent Safety Awareness Month. So
Yes.
that couldn't come at a better time.
Right, right, absolutely. So this is something I think you all should look at. And again, it's a free, it's not one of the ones that you pay for the extra super service. This is just something you set up and enable it yourself.
So this is all included in those
Yes.
claim fees that you already pay
That's right,
every quarter. Anyway,
that's right.
use the tools.
That's
I've been going for so many years and not using the tools. I need to use the tools.
and these, and they truly do. I mean, they're going to make, once you kind of get used to automatically adding this lockbox to it and setting this up. I set it up before the listing even goes live, because if you save your listings in the MLS, you can save them as incomplete. Once they're incomplete, you're assigned an MLS number. So you can have all this set up before you even go live and put that lockbox on that house. So it's, you know, take the extra time, but I think you're going to find that this extra step will help you down the road. Absolutely.
I think that's crucial.
Um,
Both of these things, like the alerts and being able to have your clients know when people are in and out of their house, whether it's occupied or vacant.
that's right.
You know, and some people aren't going to want it, and that's okay. But it's an extra service that you can provide and show that you are top notch. You are the next level
That's right.
of keeping them informed.
Because I had a listing that I had kids, and every time they stepped out, I would tell the agent, hey, once you're done, let me know. You know, because I knew about this, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes agents, especially last few months, has been crazy. Agents, they forget. I mean, I would forget, you know.
Yeah.
So then I'm calling the agent and they're texting me.
Right.
I said, we have it and we need to use it. Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah. I mean, everything else is pretty much just billing and stuff like that. But I absolutely encourage you to go to this site, look at every option, set up what you can, learn how to do it. And that way it becomes really efficient the time that you do need to use it.
Have you played around with the authorization code at all?
I've not. I actually went on ahead and I've not done the authorization code. Let me check on it.
Just thinking.
Yep. So this authorization for setting up a new e-key, it's been added here. So basically what I wanted to do though is there's another feature in here that allows you to give another agent a access. Let's see. Applications. General. Where did I see that?
But it's also really important. So if you're, you know, we all know that there's sometimes agents who won't call to set up showing and they're just going to knock on your seller's door, right? It's going to happen, unfortunately. But if you know that, you know, you've got a stay-at-home mom with nap time between noon and 2, you can literally make it and assure your client, hey, look, nobody is getting into this lockbox between noon and 2 p.m. no matter what day of the week, no matter what. And that just kind of gives them, I just had that recently, and that would have given them so much peace of mind, just knowing that nobody's getting in. I mean, that's why I usually have a CVS anyway. But
where would you put that information?
so in the let's see, what can you do to schedule for this?
Which one?
Just any schedule
You mean to set up
to set up times
for?
the key box.
So just click on the look right over here under settings. And in order to, if you look under showing hours, it says 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. You actually have to be, in order to change the times on this and even add a CBS, the lockbox has to be next to you to be able to do this. So you can't be sitting at home and just do it on your e-key on your phone. You have to have the box physically there so it's talking back and forth. So if you see here under key box settings, well here, you see there's a CBS code required. Let's say I want to take that off. So I am going to.
So that's something that you've got to do in the app, not on the website.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I can unassign the listing, I can delete. How you do this is, so you get on your eKey app on your phone, not the one that's on the website. So you go on your eKey app, and at the top, it actually says My Key Boxes. So I can click on a key box, and then all of a sudden the screen comes and it says Program Key Box, which is shackle code, require feedback, require CBS, access hours, edit your key box data, grant managed access. So this is where you actually, under the granting of the key box access, is where, let's say you have an agent who's from Richmond and they don't have our lockbox keys. You can actually provide them an email link through this access where they can get in front of your lockbox. They'll have it like a mini e-key program downloaded on their phone, and they can actually grant access into that lockbox. Same goes as for an owner who possibly, and it's happened to me, where they've locked themselves out. And I'm like, okay, so you want me to drive an hour away because you have no keys? And of course I have, but with knowing this, I could have literally given that owner the same little managed access so they could open the box and get in.
Y'all, my jaw just drops because I always hide a contractor lockbox on my listings for that exact purpose.
Right.
Because agents lose keys, the key gets stuck in a pocket, it gets left in the house and everything gets locked up. Sellers are left without a key.
That's
It
right.
happens almost every single time, whatever reason. So I've started just hiding a contractor box in the backyard.
Right.
So that way my sellers can get in and get a key. Contractors' boxes are not secure.
Right.
They are not great. So you could even do that with a contractor. Hey, I need to get into this property. Hey, I'm an appraiser. I need to get into this property, and you can't meet them there, even though you should always meet an appraiser at the property.
Yes.
So that.
Yes, I would definitely take advantage, train yourself on this. Get yourself a lockbox, borrow a lockbox just to train yourself so you can kind of figure out how to do it. But I think it's absolute, these are just features that are free to us. Well, they're not free, I mean, but they're free with the service that we pay.
We're already paying for it.
Already paying for
Basically.
But again, you know, you don't have to go to Rain to adjust any of the CBS info or the access. Just have your phone with your lockbox in front of you and you can change any of this. So that's a great feature to be able to do it yourself without having to constantly go to Rain.
Now, to be able to send the code, you don't have to be in front of the lockbox to be able to send the.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just to be able to change the CVS or the times.
So how
Correct.
do they use the code?
It's like an email link. You put in either their phone number as a text
Okay.
or an email, and they will literally see, I've got listing info, so I can put in their phone number. I can put in the lockbox, which is the name of the lockbox that I'm trying to gain them access, the address, and I can give them specific hours. So it's very limited. I can limit it down to a 2-hour window, and after that, that access has gone away. It depends on me. But that way you also don't have, for instance, somebody who doesn't have the realtor key, and again, a contractor box or through this
Oh my
access.
gosh. That's incredible.
So
Because those contractor boxes are not secure. Like I brought one with me just so y'all can see it, and I'll stop sharing the screen for just a minute. Like,
I think it may be
yeah, it's right here. So y'all can see, like, there's not a whole lot here, and when this is, it is, you can
Okay,
see it
okay.
here, and it's just not on the
Okay.
computer. Like, it's 4 digits that can easily be, whatever, and then they just push this down and they've got it, or bolt cutters, because I've had to bolt cut these off of doors before.
And the
It's
only
not
way you're
that
going to get
hard.
a super lockbox off a door is take the doorknob off if you don't have the shackle code. I assure you that.
Yes.
I mean, I have tried. I have literally had to take the doorknob with me to Rain.
I think we've all been
Because the
there.
battery
Yeah,
died on it,
yeah.
so it wouldn't even open up.
Yep.
And so I literally had to take the doorknob off and take it to Rain.
Yep. So these are not secure, and because you're not going over to the house every time a contractor goes over there to change the code.
Termite company, I mean, whenever, because they tend to be, okay, we'll give you a 2-hour window. I'm here. You're like, oh, I was expecting another hour.
Yeah.
Get them a code, get them some access to get in there.
And then you're also not having to try and scramble or
That's
try and
right.
get another agent there, or God forbid, like you can't meet them there, like something comes up,
That's right.
you can still.
That's right.
It's amazing.
That's a game changer.
But definitely practice, and I'm sure there's a lockbox around the office somewhere if you don't have a listing, that somebody, gain access, practice with it. But I would definitely, you don't need a lockbox yet to set up your Supra website on your regular computer. So I would absolutely set that up so that you're ready to go when you do get that listing and you want to enter that lockbox. So play with it around a little bit, make some bogus info up just to kind of get familiar with how you enter things. But it definitely will change your life, how much it makes it easier for you.
That's unreal. Absolutely unreal. We've got people online. Do we have any questions? Anybody who's like, oh my God, my life just changed. It just makes my life so much easier.
I don't have
No,
any
my life
questions,
is-
but I do think that it helps because it eliminates the need for a contractor's box. I don't have any questions, but I do think that it helps because it eliminates the need for a contractor's box.
Yeah, it does, and it's even more secure because I've had clients fight me on wanting to put a contractor box even hidden in the backyard because they're like, well, anybody could get in there.
That's right.
And that's why I started hiding it, because I did have somebody break into my contractor box once and had to go and rekey a house.
And the big thing about
Couple
those
years ago.
contractor lockboxes, unless you jumble up that code every single time, that code is fully out there for anybody who's accessed it once to access it 50 times.
Yep.
So if that house is vacant, you say, oh yeah, go in there with the contractor box. You have no idea who's going inside that house. No idea.
Because I would
Let
also,
me share something. People, they don't jumble up the code. They're just
That's
jumble up
right.
a little bit. Because sometimes when I'm going and I
Yes.
have a contractor code, I'm like, man, it's just one number.
yeah,
It is easy.
Right.
When I go, I like jumble it up so I feel it.
Of course. A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
And so that code is
The
right out
first or
there
the
for,
last.
Yeah. And
it's like you
still-
saw one number move,
Yeah.
so they're like, oh, I only have one row to deal with and see which one works.
Yeah, yeah. So it's definitely not safe, and if anything happens, we are the ones who are gonna be
That's right.
like,
Also, these things are not cheap. They're like 35 bucks.
Yep. I got about 10 of them.
yeah, yeah.
I have one if anybody wants to practice or buy.
But you know, that's, and then also like, so I've recently in the past year had contractors say that they were at a property doing work and they were not. They kept telling me, yeah, we're at the property doing work and the house was vacant.
Right.
I had to keep going over to the house and saying, you said you were here. Nothing has been done.
Right.
This would have allowed me to be able to say, okay, you're there. Here's your code.
That's
now
right.
you can get in.
That's right.
It's a game changer. Thank you, ladies.
You're
This is
welcome.
amazing.
And if anybody needs any help on anything, feel free to reach out to me. And certainly I can give you a little bit of, guidance or whatever, but you're going to see that this is going to be a life changer.
Stacy, you want to type your information in here just that way any of our agents that are on here. There we go. All right. So that is Stacy's information. She is our local expert on this, and I think Nikki and I are both going to be going home and
I'm gonna be practicing.
yeah, same, because that's
The security alert one is, I think, even more than anything else. Like I said, I myself have not used it. I just set it up really for today's class because I'm like, why aren't I not using this?
yeah.
And, it occurred to me, with this other carjacking that happened, what a tool this would be for us. Because sometimes, you've already got your phone open to access the lockbox. So you don't have to go through there, get back to 911 for any reason. You just literally push it and the person on the other end receiving end will know that you're in distress.
Crazy, but super exciting. Any questions? I know we've got some newer agents on here who may not have had a listing yet. Does that all make sense? Are you guys lost? Are you confused? What sort of questions can we answer for you guys? You guys are all so quiet. All right. And then please don't judge me for if I butcher your name. Is it Alicia? Says it was just all great info.
It was it's Elisha. It's Elisha.
Elisha. Okay. Sorry about that. I will get it right next time.
No worries. It's okay.
Elisha, that's beautiful.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, that was the main thing that we wanted to go over today in today's class, is just making sure that we all knew, what to do with the tools that were already given to us. And honestly, like Stacy and I talked about this a little bit, and I knew some of what she was going to be going over, and I was already super excited for that. And then she just blew my mind with even more stuff, and being able to, I'm still like just mind blown about being able to read contractors' codes and appraisers. And, oh, you don't have rain keys? That's fine. Let me show you how competent I am at my job to be able to send you this access link, and then hopefully you're going to be really nice and give me my property the value and condition that it needs. Speaking of appraisers, a little sneak peek for you guys for next month. It's actually going to be at the end of this month. So Industry Insights is going to be, instead of the first Wednesday of October, it's going to be the last Wednesday of September. And we actually have CMP appraisers coming to our office again to give us an appraisal class. So it is looking inside the mind of an appraiser. What are they looking for? What are they going to be
you know, how do they do their comps? What conditions are they looking for? Differences between FHA, VA, and conventional. So that is going to be September 28th, and it's going to be I believe 9:30 a.m. is when we're starting it here in the office. I will double check on the Facebook, make sure that that is all accurate for you guys. So it's going to be on the Facebook events page. And that is going to be September 28th. It's going to be that last Wednesday, I believe. Yes, I'm not losing my mind completely. So that is going to be at the end of this month. So make sure that you put that on your calendar, because if you guys were here last year when we had them, they were incredible. Stacy, were you here when they came? Okay. Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, they teach so much, and anytime, like if we've got a question in Stump the Broker and it becomes an appraiser question, I email them and they usually email me back before the end of Stump the Broker with the information. So they're just full of knowledge. They're young, they're fun, they're energetic, and just really a lot of fun. And they gave some really good prizes last time for anybody who came in person. So make sure you're here in person. If nobody has any other questions, we can go ahead and jump off early. Anything else that you guys wanted to know? Anything that you want to know about lockboxes that you feel like we didn't cover?
No, I'm all good. Thank you so much, Jordan. No, I'm all good. Thank you so much, Jordan.
You are so welcome. We will talk to you guys real soon. Have a great and productive day.
Have a great day.